online radio that makes you happy.
You've been kept down for much too long. Stand up, please, and say I am free. Don't forget you are welcome home, welcome home.
Jafric Radio.
Come with me on this happy trip back to the
This is Jafric Radio. Jafric Radio.
welcome home, welcome home.
Jafric Radio.
Come with me on this happy trip back to the promised land.
Jafric Radio. Jafric Radio.
You're listening to Home Sweet Home on Jafric Radio.
You are always welcome home, welcome home.
Your online radio. The new online radio that makes you happy.
You've been kept down for much too long. Stand up, please, and say I am free. Don't forget you are welcome home, welcome home.
Jafric Radio.
Come with me on this happy trip back to the promised land. All will be happy and gay. Come with me on this happy trip back to the promised land.
You're listening to Home Sweet Home on Jafric Radio. You're listening to Home Sweet Home on Jafric Radio.
This is Jafric Radio. Jafric Radio. Jafric Radio.
You're listening to Home Sweet Home on Jafric Radio.
You are always welcome home, welcome home.
Your online radio. The new online radio that makes you happy.
You've been kept down for much too long. Stand up, please, and say I am free. Don't forget you are welcome home, welcome home.
Jafric Radio.
Come with me on this happy trip back to the promised land. All will be happy and gay. Come with me on this happy trip back to the promised land.
You're listening to Home Sweet Home on Jafric Radio. You're listening to Home Sweet Home on Jafric Radio.
This is Jafric Radio.
In a world where there are many people on the lookout to take advantage of your clients, we are here to look out and to protect your big dreams. Here are 4 great reasons why you can trust us. 1, we're part of a group which has a pedigree of 98 years.
This is
and
Jafric
listed on the
Radio.
Stock Exchange. 2, we are part of a life insurance company which pays the most claims. 3, we are in partnership with Prudential Financial Incorporated in USA, a global Fortune 500 company. 4, we're duly registered with the National Insurance Commission and have overly surpassed our minimum capital requirement. Your advantage? Definitely.
Enterprise, your advantage.
Your online radio. The new online radio that makes you happy.
Jafric Radio.
BBC man. Natokea Congo, Republic of Congo,
kwa sasa naishi Japan, ndani ya Tokyo. Munasikiliza Jafric Radio Online, number 1 in Japan. Hakuna matata, tuko fresh.
Salve, mi chiamo Mano e tu stai ascoltando Jafric Radio. Freak out! Jafric Le
สวัสดี
Chic.
ค่ะ ชื่อแอมนะคะ มาจากประเทศไทยค่ะ ตอนนี้กำลังเป็นนักแสดงอยู่ที่ประเทศญี่ปุ่นนะคะ ตอนนี้คุณกำลังฟัง Jafric Radio.
Oi, aqui é a Paula e você está assistindo o Jafric Radio.
You are listening to Jafric Online Radio live from Japan.
Jafric Radio.
Hello, our wonderful and cherished viewers. Greetings from Japan. I'm from Jafric Radio Studio B. Thank you so very much for being there for us all the time. Yes, this is your favorite program, Home Sweet Home. Yes, we have only one motive, and we will say it over and over again, that we want every marriage couple enjoyed their second heaven on earth. Alright, so if you are in a marriage and you are not yet experienced the second heaven in your marriage, tune into Jafric Radio Home Sweet Home program, and I tell you, you will never regret you did. Thank you so very much for your support. I tell you, your comments and your contributions, it always give us a boost our morals. Yes, to do more research and come out to share with you. All right, so we just want to say thank you so very much for supporting us in many kinds. Yes, we are here because of you. Thank you so very much. All right, I want to remind you that this program is sponsored by Bayside Modeling Agency. So if you are in Japan and you have talent, God has blessed you with special ability, and you want to turn it into business, don't hesitate to contact Bayside Modeling Agency on this email address, info@bay-side.biz. All you need to do is just send them a message that you want to register with them, and they will quickly respond to you. So what are you waiting for? Don't sit on your talents. Hurry and email Bayside Modeling Agency. All right, let's go straight to Ghana. Tomric Hotel. I call it home away from home. Yes, so if you are in Ghana and you want to enjoy home away from home, I recommend Tomric Hotel for you. And if you are outside Ghana and you want to visit Ghana, the only convenient place that you can go is Tomric Hotel. The reason being that it's very close to the Kotoka International Airport. Right, so access to the airport is really easy. Yes, and the atmosphere in that hotel, I have been there before. If you visit them, you will never regret. Yes, because they have everything. Intercontinental. Oh my God. Their swimming pool, the setup, the rooms. Just go. Yes, thank you so very much. All right. Once again, my name is Abena Poma Pokufuku. You can call me Dickness Poma if you like. I tell you, the only lady with a long name. I know you are laughing. If you are telling me that you have long name than me, please send me your name. And let me tell you, Pastor National Head, Pastor Enyin always said he has kept some in the fridge. Yes, there are some in the fridge. We will bring them out. Thank you so very much. And with me here in the studio, your favorite, Hey, I always say the ladies' favorites because he is always in favor of the ladies. So they like him so very much. Anytime I said it is fun, it says, it's your brother, your uncle, your friend, your teacher. Yes, he's a very noble man, Mr. Fred Jechi Mensah. Mr. Jechi?
Yes, madam.
I said all your name.
Thank you for...
Okay, please, your audience are waiting.
Yeah, viewers and listeners, we thank you for this time too and today too. And yes, don't forget to send across all your friends. Yeah, you share the app and make sure someone you love or someone you know also listens to Jafric Radio, because it's only here that you can have information like this. Yeah, we are pleased with you, and I know you benefit too from Jafric, and that's why you're always tuning in here.
This is Jafric
Welcome.
Radio.
And today too, as usual, we're going to do our best and give you what we can to solve that problem that is kind of separating you from your loved ones. So thank you.
Thank you so much. And with me again, all the way from Tiva, my sweet sis. She's my best, I tell you. A former National Women's Ministry leader of the Church of Pentecost in Japan. A mother, a wife. I call her a noble woman, a woman with virtue. Yes, easygoing woman, I tell you. Is the person of my own sweet sis, Dickness Naomi Asare Zotto. Sweet sis.
Hello. Dickness Poma, thank you very much for having me.
Yes, thank you.
All our dear for always to tune in to Jafric with Homes. Here we are yet. So just relax.
Mommy, is it possible that you can position yourself well? Your line is breaking.
The internet is slow.
Okay.
And I've heard from my technician that the internet is slow.
Okay, a minute, let me check.
Yes, as my sister is checking the internet, I will quickly do the announcement, the funeral announcement. We have our brother Okoto, who recently lost his father and mother. Yes, it's a painful experience. And on the 12th of this month, February, at Sagamihara, celebrating the funeral of his father. Right, so please, we are making this announcement for the loved ones, friends, to please go and mourn with our brother. Losing one is not easy, but he has lost two. Right, so please, let's do our best to support our brother for him to celebrate the funeral of his father. Thank you. And I'm going straight to Sugakope. my own dearest sister, Naomi Asarizotto. Viewers, you all know her. The woman I just introduced. She has lost her father, dearest father. Yes, and on the 18th of March is the funeral. So please, if you are here, you can even send people from your country, I'm talking of the Ghanaians, to go and celebrate the life of our sister's father. All right, it's a very painful experience. Yeah, but we take consolation in God that He gives, and He's the one that takes. Right. Ceremony, we pray that the Lord will strengthen you as you are about to celebrate the funeral of your father. All right, thank you so very much. And another one is Okatechie Kwekubonsu. He has also called to glory. And the information is on the screen. So those of you who are watching us, yes, the arrangement, the funeral arrangement is all set in the screen. So please make it a point, yes, so that you can also participate in the funeral of Mr. Okatechie Kwekubonsu. Thank you so much. All right. As we are waiting, we have Madam Alice Menu, aka Amamenu. The information is on the screen as you are watching. Yeah, I think the funeral, the date for the funeral will be on Saturday, 25th of February, 2023. Yes, so we are inviting friends and loved ones to come and mourn with the family of our beloved mother. Thank you so very much. Funeral arrangements I normally don't like, because it put me so much into some emotions, which sad emotions, but we cannot do away with, because they said death is inevitable. So, right, okay. Thank you so very much. And quickly, we are going straight to the topics. As you all know, we are doing the recap of 2022 activities that we did here. I'm talking of the programs that we did on Home Sweet Home. And now we have our own daddy, the presiding elder of the Church of Pentecost Japan here, a Central Assembly, a brother and a friend, an uncle. He's the person of, I left one. He is a teacher, professional teacher. Yes, Elder Kwesi Ajimai. Elder, Long time no see you. You're welcome to the Sweet Home program.
Very true, very true, very true. Thanks for your wonderful introduction. Thanks a lot. It's been a while since we joined Home Sweet Home. Normally I join, but I haven't been able to join the team and also share my ideas with them. But I'm glad I'm back today to join the group again and to look into marriage and what actually constitutes marriage and etc. Again, I want to thank our viewers. I think Jafric Radio has been a lot of blessings to many people, including our viewers, and we believe they'll continue to listen to the wonderful program we bring each week. Thank you very much, and stay blessed. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Stay blessed. Elder, God bless you so very much. All right. So from July to December 2022, the topic we treated here were causes and solutions of declining rates of marriage in modern societies. We did it in the month of July. And the same month we did causes of divorce and how to prevent them to ensure sustainability in marriage. And then moving to August, we discussed bridging a gap between work, busy schedules, and marriage. And then in the month of September, we did disadvantages of pre-marital sex. October, we did positive and negative effects of internet on children. Right. And then moving straight to November, we did relationships between mother-in-laws and their daughter-in-laws. And the same month of November, we started what men look for when choosing a life partner. And then in December, we did what women look for when choosing a life partner. So these are the topics that we treated from July to December, and we will just give a brief information about it, what transpired. So some of you who are watching us, you can send your comments, especially now that we are going to enter into new programs. If you want us to repeat a certain program, you can let us know so that we bring them on board. And also, in 2023 programs, we will do it in participatory way. So the questions will be posed. At some point, we will do a live calls. So all of a sudden, we can call you from whether messenger or any contact lines that we have, and then you bring your ideas. Yes, that's what we are going to do. That will help us to know that our teachings or discussions we discussed, it's getting an impact. And also we need to know from you also what you also know. This one is not what do you know, but yet it's what do you know. Yeah, to know of you what you know. It will also help us to also know the kind of topics that we will bring on board all the time. Thank you so very much. You have been there for us. All right, so my panelists are here. So quickly we will discuss the causes and solutions of declining rate of marriage in modern society. Mr. Fred is here with me. So I would like to start with him. What you remembered, the things that we said, the things that you think is really, really important that you need to also bring it in. Please feel free. Causes and solutions of declining rate of marriage in modern society.
Well, it's straightforward. We just have to encourage people to get married.
For the solution.
Yes.
And what are the causes? Because nowadays, even in Japan here, looking at the rates that people do not even give birth, most of them don't marry.
The causes are issues in the problems within relationships. Yes, those are the causes of breakaways. Yes, in unions. So if we were looking at that, then we have to look at what causes.
That's right.
Yeah, the problems in relationships. We did talk about before people get into commitment, they should communicate well. Well, if that aspect is not well done and it's not done in a way to make the two feel compatible with one another, then no matter what happens along the line, yes, there will be conflicts, there will be issues, and that would lead to separation and divorces. So those are the causes. Yeah, but to encourage that, I think we talk about people engaging in serious conversation with those they may call their fiancés or people they might tap as their future partners. So yes, we stress that point very well. And yeah, so the causes are the problems that comes up during the relationships. Yeah, that causes the divorces and all those things. So yeah, it's a broad topic, and yeah, we would have to look at it individually as we speak along.
Thank you so very much, Mr. Fred. And also, one thing I realized that fear is also one of the major causes that most of the people don't want to go into marriage. The things that we hear, especially this social media thing, how most people are unfaithful. There are a lot of problems in the marriages that are shown in the social media. It also scares people from going into marriage. So Mama Naomi,
hello, sis.
If you can help us, the causes of the declining rate of marriages in this modern society.
Hello.
Mommy, please, if you can switch your camera on. All right, Mommy is trying to fix the camera. So let me move to Elder Ajimai. Elder.
Okay, thank you very much, Dickness.
You're welcome.
Talking about the causes of declining rate in marriage in our modern society. What comes to my mind is perhaps the financial constraints, financial problems.
Okay.
And then if we're talking about financial problems, we we also have to think about jobs and all those kind of stuff. Nowadays, people are struggling with their finances. So if you go to a country like Ghana, there are so many people who do not work. In the olden days, people did not actually care so much about whether they are working or not. They were always willing to get into marriage. But nowadays, people are kind of maybe coming back to their senses, or they think that if they engage themselves in marriage without work or without having standing in their finances, they will not be able to look after their wives and their children to be born. And so most people right now don't want to get themselves involved in marriage, all because of these financial constraints. And one thing is also about maybe social factors. Some people, like, they don't move along with other people. Like we call it, they're caught with some women, and at a point in time, they realize you can no longer move with them. So these are like social problems that is actually ensued as they move ahead to get married in the future. And so these problems also result in many people maybe not having interest in marriage any longer, because maybe their first relationship got destroyed. So what is the essence of going in for another one? So that's another problem that I can think of. And the last one I can also think of is the discouragement from friends or from family members. Sometimes people may discourage you. They tell you, like, if you want to raise children in Japan, you need to be pioneer. You need to get yourself well prepared, because it's not easy raising children in Japan. And so even now, Japanese people hardly get into marriage because they are discouraged from what they see happening in their homes and outside. So these are the three things I can think of: the financial problems, also the social problems, and as well as discouragement, which comes from friends and families. So for now, that might be my contribution. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Elder. I don't know if Elder can also answer this question. Talking of the financial constraints that could be the cause, what would be the solution? Because looking back to Ghana, getting a job in a country is not easy at all. So in a situation like this, what would one do? Especially those who have interest to get married, but they don't have what it takes them to get married.
Actually, if you're a man and you want to get married, you can get married without a job. You can't get married without money. At least you should have something doing before you could possibly enter into marriage. You see, because marriage, aside of the love and all those stuff, the relationship, it's also important to have money to be able to keep the family going. You understand? And if you look at our country, for example, people do not work. So my advice is that I think there are so many job opportunities, except that people don't find them. So if you're a man, you want to get married, you should be looking for those opportunities. You can begin your job, begin your business by yourself. You can get into any job you want to get in. Try to do something. Try to make sure you're financially, sustainable, so that you could also bring somebody into your life to look after. But without a job, there is no way you can do that. And in Japan too, here we work, but there's so many, because of the policies in Japan. At the end of the month, maybe you don't have enough financial resources, and so that is also putting many Japanese people off. So that is why we people are also suffering, and the government as a whole is also suffering. So nowadays, Japan, if you look at Japan, for example, because in my area where I teach, about 3 schools were closed last year, and this year they're going to close another 3 years. They're going to close another 3 schools. You see, and so because no kids, in the societies of late, and it's affecting the government a lot, because the old age people, they are becoming more and more and the government needs more money to cater for these pensioners. And who are the young people to work and get money, to feed these old people? So, it's a big burden for the government. So, I think like if the government could also come in, even though it's about this normally we look at it from the individual level, but I think the government could also come in and help. People would also be able to give birth. In Europe and some other countries, I heard they get some social benefits and all that. But in Japan, it's hard to get those kind of stuff. In Ghana, we don't have that kind of system. So these things put people off. At the end of the day, the people suffer for not getting themselves involved in marriage, and the government also suffer. So even though we as individuals need to work hard to look for jobs and to get money to feed our families, I believe the government also has a lot to do to help curtail this particular problem. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Elba. Thank you. Right. Is Mama Naomi there?
Hello, please can you hear me?
Oh, sweet sis, sorry I have kept you on hold.
Yeah, my network is not helping.
Yeah, but it's okay now.
Oh, we thank God. We thank God for that.
Amen.
I think Uncle Jechi and Elder Juma has said a lot about the topic under discussion, why people are not interested in getting married now. You see, nowadays, as we have already said, so many things have come to play, like the economy, how things are getting hard. You find it even difficult to take care of yourself. How much more adding another person and making a family? It is really, really difficult to do that. And one thing I've also seen is that we, those who are already in the marriage, we are not portraying good example for others to look up to. So when it happens that way, people will just look at our marriages and say, this thing, I wouldn't like to involve myself. If like we, those who are already in it, we portray the goodness of marriage to the onlookers, I think it will go a long way to help. But since we inside, we are not also ready to give our support. Everybody is now self-centered. Everybody is now like self-righteous. The partner is rather the bad person. We are trying to find fault with others instead of trying to fix ourselves to be able to have a wonderful marriage. So those people who are looking up to us, they don't see any good thing in marriage. They see marriage as burden. They see marriage as troublesome. They see marriage as something which is not good to enter. So many things come to play. So if we who are already in it will put all the necessary resources that will help us to have a good marriage and show to those people following us or the next generation that marriage is a good thing, God will not give us any bad thing. He always gives. He said every good and perfect gift comes from Him. So if we'll be able to allow ourselves and allow Him who instituted marriage to come into our marriage and us, then the next generation after us will see that marriage is a good thing, that when they enter, no matter what, it is going to be joyous. Then they will be encouraged to also enter. It is not easy. Marriage is a calling, but it is also very wonderful and sweet. So I think we all need to sit up and give a good example to our generation, the generation after us, so they will see something good marriage that they will all be willing to enter it with. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mommy. Yes, it's very, very important. Mr. Lechi, do you want to say something about it, or should we proceed?
Yeah, you see, I think what everybody's saying is relevant. And if we have one issue to blame for marriages not going on well and people not getting married, then we will still keep pounding on that issue, keep pounding it, keep pounding it. And the reverse is, if there was a bullet, there should be a bullet solution to shoot this, then we will all go and look for it.
Yeah.
My understanding is we should teach the young ones the meaning of marriage and relationship. Now, we can keep on blaming on money, we can keep on blaming on policies, whatever. But my understanding is policies are not made to entangle people or to disturb relationships. No, they are made to facilitate and regulate things in the society. However, it's human attitude, our behavior that is bringing the entanglements or the confusions that we always stumble over. So, first thing, I want people to listen. Money is made, it's not found. I hope you get me clear. Money, as we're talking about, is made, it's not found.
Right.
I remember I was making some analysis on some research we did some 15, 20 years ago about how to manage your finances. And when I look at the society right now, so many things goes on unnoticed. So in a way, I can say the research we did was right. Money is made, it's not found. I'm saying it again. Why? Because if you know you have to marry, someday you've got to marry somebody, don't think that you have to find money or you found it somewhere before you get into it. But think of how to make it. Making it means you have to go and work. You have to go and sell. So the person supposedly to be your spouse or your your future partner, I think you should have a concrete conversation with the one how to make money. That means how to work and make money to finance your own relationships. So society now has a lot of luxury things. Society now has a lot of policies that sort of help people who are not in good employment. But let me tell you, all these things are not there to help you make your life. These kind of a support, to give you some kind of cushion at the time that you are unemployed. So people should not rely on this. If you rely on that, you're not going to make it. So think of, if you're yet thinking of marrying somebody, yes, marriage is beautiful. Without marriage, we cannot produce kids, we cannot produce people in a society. Society cannot move well, and we're going to keep on shrinking, and perhaps maybe extinction of the whole system.
This is Jafric Radio.
Marriage is beautiful. So if you want to get into it, I think we've talked a lot about the problems, but think about how to make money. And one is work for it. Work for it. So don't be afraid to talk to the one you're going to marry. Then we've got to make money. If you're a carpenter, you should sell some bananas on the table or some water. I mean, so many things to make money. If you're an administrator, she could be a teacher. So think of making money, not finding it. Yes, so I think we should let the young ones understand this. The meaning of marriage. You see, we've said a lot that is beautiful, but don't forget that in God's eyes, He said, I'll give you the woman as your helper. What is she coming to help you for? Is she coming to help you find money, or is she coming to help you? I mean, so many things that you have to analyze the situation. So the logical part is, whatever the situation, it is you have to find solution. If money is the case, then think of how to make it. So let me end here, and as we keep on, we'll continue talking on it. Thank you.
If money is a problem, think of how to make money and not how to find money. All right, thank you, Mr. Fred. We will come for tutorials on this. Thank you. All right, let's go to the causes of divorce and how to prevent them to ensure sustainability. Yeah, it's good because we first we have to know the causes and then solution, how to prevent these things coming. There is a saying that prevention is better than cure. So, Mr. Fred, once again I'll come to you. We discuss the causes of divorce and how to prevent them to ensure sustainability in marriages.
Yeah, I think the solutions interweave itself, because at the same time finding understanding between the two, not sitting on issues that you cannot solve them yourselves. You see, don't think that maybe you're the man of the house, so if there's any solution, you just sit on it and you solve it the way that you want. No. Talk to your spouse. If it doesn't work, you call somebody to come in. So we need to encourage people to voice how they are feeling, to have ownership of the marriage. I hope I'm being understood. That is, become ownership. Feel that the marriage, it's you and your spouse. Yes, you are part of it. Yeah, it's not him only, it's not she only. So have understanding and ownership of your relationship. So when there's an issue, please don't be afraid to talk over it until you reach solution. You see, if you think someone is always faulty, that means pointing your finger against one in the relationship, then there's always going to be a problem, because you're not looking at yours, but you're looking at his or hers. That's why you're pointing a finger, blaming blame games in the family. So we need to encourage people to talk on issues, because without issues and problems, we wouldn't have divorces.
And Mr. Fred, let me come in here. And how about in a case where one realized that he wanted to, bring out the issue, and the other partner doesn't give a listening ear? What would one do?
Yeah, that's why before you get into marriage, I think there were people who supported you in the marriage. It could be your relatives, it could be your friends. Normally, let me say your relatives. It could be your father, mother, or uncle. Definitely there was one witness. So if your spouse is refusing to listen to your issues, don't hesitate to call one of these people and sit them and let the person understand the difficulties that you're going through.
Okay.
You see, you should be on your way to find a solution, but don't be on your way to divorce. This is where I want to come in. Yes, when there's a problem, be on your way to find a solution. This is how I want to encourage people, not on the way to break apart.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Bigness Naomi, causes of divorce and how to prevent them to ensure sustainability in marriage.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Dickness Poma. I think.
Thank you, sis.
Hammered one point that I've been thinking about so much when it comes to this divorce rates that alarming. Yes, you see, we've gotten to an age that we are perfect in our own eyes. We feel that we don't have any wrong. We are always right. So when it happens like that, we try to correct the other person than smoothing our rough edges. Nobody is perfect, but most often we feel we are perfect while our partner is imperfect. So you see that we are always trying to point out, you are like this, you don't do this, you don't do that. How about ourselves? So if we are able to fix ourselves first, as the Bible said, remove the log in your eyes first, then you can see clearly to remove your partner's own. If we are able to put that in place, I think we will all enjoy a happy marriage life. For all you know, we are like a puzzle. We need to fit in each other's hole. But most of the time we stand in the edge, forgetting that we have holes and trying to fill the other person's. So that one too is one. And another one is also unfaithfulness. So me, I'll put it like maybe selfishness. Yes, we are not satisfied with the one which we have, so we try to look elsewhere. And this time,
this is Jafric Radio.
Most of them is much concerned with the husbands. Yeah, because society has accepted that, if a man should be unfaithful to the wife, it's normal.
It's normal.
So
yeah.
it has given them the
That's what.
That they can do anything that they want to do. And another thing too that has gone in their favor is that women are more than men. So if you can't keep quiet and
one man is to 7 women, right?
Yeah. Some people are
oh my God.
You want to come and you are here and you want to mess up, just walk away. So like society has helped unfaithfulness to go on so much in marriage. That will go a long way to cause harm and hurt in the marriages. So if to prevent this, if we can stay faithful to each other, if we can stay faithful, that the person you have is there to help you, is there to complement you, is there to make you complete. You appreciate the person. You come together as one and build each other's up. The plans and purpose for which you two have been joined together will be accomplished and not to be looking elsewhere. I think this problem will also go away and we'll continue to enjoy a happy life. So I'll end it here and leave it to other panelists.
All right. Thank you so much. Mr. Hechi want to come in.
It said society has encouraged men to go on with unfaithfulness. I'm not quite clear with that point. Society encouraging us to...
yeah, Mr. Fred, I know Mama Naomi want to say something, but when in Africa, the setup, I don't know if it is the tradition or whatever, when men are into infidelity, it is okay. If they are unfaithful, if they are having multiple partners, they see it as normal. But when a woman do the same thing, it's a no thing. Yeah, so I think this one too, it's giving them the men.
But I'm not sure it's encouraged by any society or culture. No. Well,
Is it the behavior?
Yeah, I know it's going on, but I don't think it's being encouraged. I mean, of course, if you are wrong, the society will tell you you're wrong, because legally you came with one woman to marry. Now, why do you have the extra ones without precautions? The law will not accept you to do that. So there's no encouragement from society.
Mr. Fred, the law is 2 things. When you marry under...
yeah, let me see.
Yes. Okay. Adajimai.
Yeah, I think perhaps Mr. Fred...
You see, what I'm trying to say is, I know those things are going on. Okay.
Because, like, if you look at countries like Ghana, You know.
Sorry, Eda, can you come again?
Can you hear my voice?
Yes, now it's okay.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is maybe perhaps Mr. Fred is just looking at Japan. Because like if you look at China, for example, everybody is allowed to get married to the number of wives he or she wants. Like, men can get married to about 3 wives or 4 wives. There is no law actually prohibiting that. But in Japan, we are only allowed to get married to 1 wife. But in some societies in Africa, men can get as many wives as he wants. It means that because there are no laws binding things, it means that the society is in support. The government is in support of those kind of stuff, right? And so I think that's what Mama Naomi wants to emphasize. That is backed by the society, it's backed by the government, but there are no laws binding that. Yeah, so I think she's right when she says that, yeah.
Well, I don't know if there is a law in Ghana or officially people are permitted to marry 2 or encouraged. You see, it's sort of habit within the communities and cultures.
Yeah,
because it's a society of a diverse culture. So people choose to do that on their own. So it doesn't mean they are being encouraged. This is where I want you to get my understanding. So it's not official. The people are not encouraged. Okay, what about people who are so disciplined that they will still stick to one? No one is asking them to stick to one, but they keep on with one woman. What about that? If the law permits that, and let's say there is a conflict between him and the only one wife, the law would say you are permitted to marry another one, so why do you stay with one and you get into conflict with her? But my understanding is, I don't know if there's any law or culturally it is encouraged. Because I've seen in my culture, I've seen a lot of issues that have been discussed because the husband married a second wife without the knowledge or without a due procedure to marry a second wife to the one. I mean, I've seen the elders set in so much cases like that. So my point is, I mean, I understand what you're saying, but my point is the fact that you're saying it's being encouraged, so the men are being encouraged, that's where I have issue.
Oh, all right. So your issue is about the word encouraged.
Yes, we're not being encouraged to do that. The society is not. You see, yeah. Those who are doing that based on their beliefs and the kind of culture background and sometimes indisciplined attitude within them.
Mr. Fred, let's see it at this angle. If Mr. A went ahead and married 3, 4, 5 wives, and nothing is said about it, don't you think that any man outside looking up to those family, which like they don't have self-discipline, let me put it that way, would be encouraged? Like this act would encourage them if they want to take a multiple wives.
I mean, something said like what? What should you tell that person? What should you tell that person who is marrying 3? It's the society or the culture, his beliefs, that has made him gone for 2 or 3 wives, or that has made him believe that he can handle 2 or more than 1 wife. But no one is telling him to do that. So for me, it's not encouraging.
It's not encouraging. Okay.
No, it's not encouraging. I mean, we've lived in those societies before. We've seen them. Of course, society does not encourage this. They keep on. Even the Bible will advise you, if you have to have a second wife, you should treat them equally. Otherwise, you sin. You see? So, my point is, it's not encouraged. They said that people are sort of indisciplined. They kind of rude. They kind of breaking the laws by themselves. They don't have clear understanding of what they should do. Fantasies and all those things sets in, and they feel they can go in for more than one wife. That's my understanding.
Yeah, that's I got your point.
Yeah.
But if those that has entered are not being punished, then definitely others people would also.
Unless they faulty. For example, you have two wives, you cannot take care of them, and you leave the other case to get starved. You know, so the government can step in, probably seize that part of your relationship, or take the children away, or then give you warnings that you can't do this, or even get in this country. They can even go to your company and ask the company to pay your salary to these areas, because
you're talking of Japan.
Of course, this is where I live, so this is where I can give an example.
But all right, Mr. Fred, please allow us to go on commercial break. When we come back, we will continue. It's getting hotter. Please stay tuned. Don't go away. Right. And we are still waiting for your comments. Yes. Your comments are necessary. So please try and send comments, as many as you can.
This is Jafric Radio.
To me go so many so I hear me oh my favorite hey yanti wa don kaisa wajane da for baby every man sana bay ayina muso krumpo apome kaisa body no be firewood Anka bedi min China sape Mama fani zenfie mienza Na uramu abekumi Meto mani antobi
Jafric Radio
Adeya na brobu Na mafiwa
This is Jafric Radio.
Hey, yeah. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, Jojana, Yasusu, Jomachi, Jojo, Apato, Chimate, Waori. Wanukata, Makada, Mojaka, Medate, Gaode, Shadala, Meliode, Sonya Makuna Walo, Makuna Walo, Hafina Papa, Walala, Ewa Mala, Sonya Makuna Walo, Makuna Walo, Hafina Papa, Walala, Ewa Mala, Never would never come
Hi guys, you are watching Jafric Radio. I am Abebe from Ethiopia. Jafric Radio ni የተመለከታችሁ ነው ይመቻችሁ። አበበ ነኝ ከኢትዮጵያ።
Ekaro, Ekason, Ekale. Orúkọ tèmi ni Ọmọdọ́lá Oyeyemi.
Karo, listen.
Ìlú Ìbàdàn. Jafric Radio lẹ́ ń wò yìí o. Ẹ múra sí iṣẹ́ púpọ̀.
Hello. We are back. Yeah, we are trying to interpret. Thank you so very much. Back to studio. It was hot when we went on break. So thank you for tuning into Jafric Radio. Home sweet home. Yes. The name even depicts what we want the home to be. Yes. As sweet as Annie. As sweet as second heaven. All right. Thank you so much. Yes, we have some comments that have come in. Yeah, Pastor Bernard Kwesi Ifa, he says, keep up the good work. Thickness. The entire crew. Thank you so much. Elder Foucault is watching us. We have our brother Cornelius Apia. Mama Vida is on. Mr. Kwame Lee Frames. Hey, big bro. He's there. All right. And as Israel, our sister Nana Ajua, God richly bless you. We have Elder William Kwate also watching us. Keep watching. And please send your comments, what you think about what we are discussing. It's very, very important. All right, so let's quickly go through the topics again. Yes, what we are discussing about the causes of divorce and how to prevent them to ensure sustainability. Yes, that the marriage will sustain. There will be no more breakups. All right. Okay. So we want to move forward to the month of August, bridging a gap between work, busy schedules, and marriage. This one I will call Elder Ajimai, bridging the gap. Most people are very, very busy. They don't have time to look at home. Everything is work. I have schedule, I have work, it's good. But if you bring all the money home and the home itself has been scattered, it doesn't help. So how can we bridge the gap? Elder.
Thank you very much, Dickness Foma, the lady with a long name.
With a long name.
It's a very, very important topic, and it's also kind of very difficult. If you want to go into the Bible, God told Eve that if the sin committed, you're going to suffer during childbearing. So that was the punishment God gave to women before you could get something to feed the family. But nowadays, women are also toiling, and men are also toiling. And
ours are double. We pass through the childbearing pain and also toil.
Yes. It's really hard. And it's all because, we want to have, because the family without money is also another problem for most marriages. So maybe the man's finances is not enough to finance the entire family. So, the women also have to engage themselves in some kind of work to help support the family. Because even if you love your wife, you love your husband, and there is no money in the house to feed the family, the marriage will not be sustained. Yeah, so that's also another problem. So it's making life and family life, getting worse and worse and worse and worse. So I think there should be the only possible ways, like, and particularly the women, like you said, they not only childbearing, they also after work they come home, especially we the lazy ones who cannot cook, they have to also cook for us. So in fact, the ladies are working not doing everything to help the family. You see, and that is why sometimes they get angry. You see them packed and gone. Yeah, so I think all what we can do is like if we can reduce their burden in terms of the work they engage in. The outside job they do, it might help. Some companies, when you send their wives there, they want them to work the whole day. Sometimes, she's supposed to do a part-time job, but the moment they get there, because they need people to work for them, they will be using her from morning till evening. That burden for them, make them work a bit, shorter, so they could come home and also prepare the family and prepare food for the family and help with the family chores and all those kind of stuff. So it's quite a hard question. That suggestion I think I'll give. Okay, so,
all right. Thank you so very much. Sorry, Ada, I think your network is having a little challenge. All right, so let's move to Deaconess Naomi. Yeah, we have to move quickly because our time is running like. Okay, Deaconess.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Bridging the gap between work and marriage, the gap. Yeah, it is getting difficult, but if we are very conscious of creating time for everything in the house, in the family, I think we'll be in the right position to enjoy every part of it. It is important we work, yes. Before, it is only the husbands that go out there to get money for the family. But now how things are going, if the wife doesn't help, it will go a long way to the family. But as we are also doing that, we have to keep our priorities right. As we all know, wives have their duties and responsibilities in the home. Same way, the husbands also have their responsibilities and duties. So as we are also trying to go the extra mile, we should try as much as possible and keep in track that we will not let the work that we are doing to interact with every other aspect of our duties and responsibilities. We need to allocate time for everything so that it will not go a long way to affect the family. Yeah, so as we said, it has become important that we all work to support because of the high rise in living, standard of living and all those things. Yes, as a woman, we are the home makers. We keep the home. We make the house a home, a comfortable place. We shouldn't forget that. We shouldn't make our work become our number one priority, that we neglect other parts of our responsibility. The same also as it has become necessary for wives to also join their husbands to work, then it means another responsibility has been added to the husbands also, to extend a helping hand to the wife whilst discharging their duties and responsibilities, so that the workload will not be on one person. When the workload is shifted to one person, it becomes so heavy for the person that it weighs him or her down, which go a long way to affect the family. So if we can all sit down and prioritize things, then I think we are on the way to having a successful and a happy life. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
This is Jafric Radio.
Thank you, Dickness Naomi. All right, so it's better we create time. Yes, if we try, we'll be able to make it. Okay, so we are going straight to the disadvantages of premarital sex. Mr. JJ, premarital sex.
You don't plan well. Yes. So you're not ready for it, and you get into rushing over things. Yeah, so those are disadvantages, and that can take you many years to recover. Yeah, so if you don't plan before you have that kind of intimacy, usually it could end you up. You probably might have chosen the wrong one as well. Yeah, and you can see that you've done something that you did not plan. Yeah.
And there are a lot of heartbreaks.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so, I mean, to sum it up, yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, I got your point. It's difficult for you to say it. But there's Naomi. Disadvantages of premarital sex. Hello, Mom. Okay. Are you there, Dickness? All right. Okay, then let's go to. Sorry, Mommy, please go ahead.
I think the video is not coming, so go to Abajimai. Let me fix my.
All right. Thank you so much, Elder.
Yes, Dickness.
Please hold it for us. Yeah.
Yeah, I think like you know, it could lead to the death, particularly of the wife. I mean, of the woman. I mean, most of the times, like you know, people get impregnated, and then finally, you know, they lose their lives. So that's one disadvantage. Another thing is
unwanted pregnancies, right?
Unwanted pregnancies, yes, could lead to the death of maybe the lady in particular. And sometimes too, like when you give birth, you're going to give birth without a father, because the man responsible might not end up marrying you. You know, also one of the things that could also happen. And sometimes because of the unwanted pregnancy you're talking about, you know, when you actually get somebody to marry, maybe in the future after you are done with the person that impregnated you, you know, sometimes you end up not giving birth because of maybe several abortions that are taking place. So I think, and then psychologically, sometimes, you know, the person might not get married to you afterwards, and you know, psychologically you may be affected very strongly. Some people could end up getting mad. So I think, so in a nutshell, it's not a good thing at all. Yeah, but you know, we often encourage that people get to know one another before getting into marriage. That has been the encouragement we often give. That you don't just, I mean, it's get somebody on the internet and say, I love you, and then you just, you know, get started. So we always want, people want to know each other, have fellowship with each other for some time being before they get into marriage. Some people, they can, you know, do the courtship for maybe 3 years, for 2 years, for 1 year, or whatever before the marriage officially comes on. So during such period, it's important that you take care of yourself.
Right.
In the Bible way, you don't even have to get closer to the person when it comes to that kind of sexual activities. Yeah, but if you want to put religious aside and you want to maybe engage in that kind of relationship, then you still have to take care of yourself. Because if you don't take care of yourself and that happens, you're pregnant. At the end of the day, it could lead to so many different things. So I think we need to, people who are yet to get into marriage, especially the women, need to be very careful the way they react to that. And I think like usually men, for men, if you could keep yourself. If you will not allow yourself to the man at a time when you are not married, that is going to help you a lot. But most men will love such women. So if you're a woman, you've met a guy somewhere, and the guy has proposed to you, don't just give yourself to the person. No, but you have to wait till the person gets married to you. If you try to just move with the person before the marriage, anything could happen. You could end up saying, I don't like any longer. Yeah, so that is the advice I think I can give. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Elder.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Nicholas, do you have?
Yeah. Thank
Sorry.
you very much. Hello. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Please go ahead.
Sajechi and Elder Jima has said a lot. In fact, I would say that there is no advantage to premarital sex. In my view, there is no advantage. We have numerous disadvantages that comes with premarital sex. So it is important that we teach our children, we teach our young ones to exercise self-control when it comes to sex before marriage, because it comes with a lot of things. For example, it comes with a lot of scars. You have a tendency to compare your husband with your past relationship. It can even leave you with guilt, with shame, with hurt. It can even leave you with so
This
much
is Jafric Radio.
sexually transmitted diseases, sexually transmitted infection, a whole lot of things. And your self-control too is under so much needed training, self-control and self-denial. Yeah, you are able to control yourself, and you please your Heavenly Father, because He said the marital bed have to be careful. So if you are able to control yourself until the day that you are joined together as husband and wife, you enjoy sex wholehearted, no shame, no pain, no hurt. You feel free. You yourself, within you are free, and your Heavenly is really pleased with the marriage. So to me, I would say that we should try as much as possible to advise our children, young couples that are planning to enter into marriage, that they should try as much as possible to exercise some self-control, so that they will not enter into kind of feeling guilty, feeling shame, having emotional scars, and trying to compare their spouses with their exes. Yeah.
Thank you, Mommy. Abstinence is the best. All right. Okay. I'm going to do it like this. We have a few to touch on, but time will not permit us. So we are going to positive and negative effect of internet on children. Mr. Fred will talk about it, and then Mama Naomi will talk about the relationship between mother-in-laws and father-in-laws, and then Elder Ajimai will end up with us for what men look for when choosing a life partner. And in all, I want us to sum it in 1 minute, yes, so that we we'll be able to finish with them. So, Mr. Fred, positive and negative effects on internet on our children.
Well, I think the negative side is it makes them lazy. It affects their critical thinking ability.
All right.
These are two major things that I can see.
Okay.
But the positive side is educative. Yeah, they can easily reach information. Yeah, and it gives them access to, of course, still education. It gives them access to a lot of departments.
A lot of information.
Lots of information. So these are the very good aspects in the internet. Yeah, but bad ones that I know is it affects their critical thinking ability. Yeah, so which is... And
there are certain areas that has become a no-go zone for kids. So parents should also monitor them.
If you go detail, those are all there. Yes, and it's a no-go zone area, so they can watch them. But I think when we talk about this, we talk about not stopping them, but educating them over time, to prevent them from going there. So it's educative. So I think this is the most important part of it. And yeah, if we should talk more, you can say we have a lot of good parts of the internet, more than the bad ones are. Well, I can say not many, not so much visible, but anything bad, when it affects you, of course, it goes to affect the good areas too. So, yeah, their critical thinking ability, which depreciates.
Okay.
Yes, that's what, for me, it doesn't go well. Otherwise, yes, it's very educative and informative, and it's very smart for them too. Yeah, so this is my input.
Thank you, Mr. Fred. Mama Naomi, relationship between mother-in-laws and daughter-in-laws. How should it be?
Thank you, mother-in-laws and daughter-in-laws, right? So now you are...
Yes, please.
Because we have the major problems relating to our in-laws.
That's true.
What I will say to wives is that for you to enjoy your marriage, you have to try as much as possible to have a good relationship with your in-laws, especially your mother. No matter who your mother-in-law is so much dear to your husband. So if you want to enjoy a happy marriage, try to develop a very cordial relationship with your mother-in-law. Take her as your own mother. They are one precious gift that God has given us, that if we are able to see it in that lens, that they are precious gifts, as we see our husbands as precious gifts to us. If our mothers-in-law sing, I think it will go a long way to help us a lot to enjoy a happy marriage. But if the opposite happens, then it means you are in for trouble. So all that our advice is, the relationship needs to be very good. If you don't like her or whatsoever, you have to try. Love is developed. It doesn't come automatically. Yes, we create it, we develop it from somewhere. And another thing too that will also help women or wives to develop a good relationship with their mothers-in-law. The greater part also depend on their husbands. Yes, the Bible tells us that we should live and cleave with our wives so that the two will become one. If you are able to do that maturely, then your wife can depend on you and also extend the love that he has for you, and extend that love also to your mother and the other members of the family. So it is a two-way affair. It's two things together. Since the two of us, we have come together as one, we should help each other to have good relationship with our in-laws, because all those people come together to make a family. We are coming from different places, coming together as one. So we need to help each other to love the two families so that there will be a very peaceful and enjoyable family family life for all of us. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dickness. I'll run straight to Elder Ajimai. what men look for when choosing a life partner.
Okay, thank you very much, Dickness Poma. Personally, what I think, there are so many. It depends on every man. Man would love to be loved. They want to see that the person they want to marry actually loves them. So, and then the person, could make them like kings. The person could actually be of help to him. She's making me a queen. She loves me. She's somebody that cares a lot about me. She's very neat. So things like this, men really want to see. Unfortunately, sometimes even after getting married, these women, they may see somebody outside and they're going to express their oh yeah, good morning, sir. Oh, thank you, sir. You see them showing high respect for outsiders, perhaps than their own husbands. Men would like to see somebody, would like to have somebody that will respect them the most, somebody that will care about them, somebody that would actually love them, you see. And I think these are the main things I think. And somebody who is neat. These are the main
somebody who is neat. So girls,
generally,
you hear, Elder?
Recently, some men are also looking, not so many of them, but some men are looking for people that are rich, that have money. I recently see some men also looking for somebody that are rich women.
Some men want Abewa, right? Already cooked.
So there are so many things going on, but generally, somebody that loves you, that cares about you, that takes good care of you.
I respect you.
Respect you, could make you like a king. These are the qualities men, I believe, actually look for. So I would encourage our women, the women who would like to get married, to actually show that kind of love to the men they are about to marry. And some people before the marriage, the things you hear from them could even bring an end to the relationship. And so we have to be very careful the way we talk to people that we are yet to marry. So let's try our best as women, young girls, to show love to them, make them like kings, respect them, make yourself neat, and I believe everything will be all right. Thank you very much, Mampoma. And
this is Jeffrey.
Thank you. On this note, we want to close the curtain or put the curtain down. Yes. So, viewers, thank you so much for tuning into Jafric Radio Home Sweet Home program, and I want to take this opportunity to thank our panel members in the person of Mr. Frederick Mensah, Dickness Naomi Asari Zotor, and Elder Kwesi Ajamai for your greatest ideas. Yes, God richly bless you. Yeah, Home Sweet Home, we want to thank all the viewers and those of you who were able to send your comments. Thank you so very much. Once again, my name is Sabna Poma Pokufuku. You can call me Dickness Poma, a lady with a long name. All right, we want to thank Jafric Radio and the crew, and also the executive producer, who is in the person of Nanaya Pop, and he is the DJ for today too. Thank you so very much. And I have a very short announcement for the people in Japan here. Bayside, in collaboration with Diaspora and Jafric Radio, are organizing a Ghanaian 66th Independence Celebration Day. and it will be at Roppongi R3 Lodge. So if you are in Japan, please, on the 4th of March 2023 from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. R3. So these are the fees. For adult is 2,500 yen. And then for kids, it's 1,000 yen. All right. So in our whole family will not even pay more than 10,000. So I think it's very affordable that any of us can afford to go. So please go and enjoy the cultural performances in our country, Ghana. And we are inviting all. Yes. Japanese, being from other continents or other country, we are inviting you to this celebration. Thank you so very much. We will have to end here, and we say a big thank you
This is Jafric Radio.
to our sponsors and all those who were able to come on live, and even those who will watch us later. Until we meet again, we say sayo nara.
Before me creep and know for walk, teach me a few words when me no know for talk. Could I explain myself?
This is Jafric Radio.
You dey beside me throughout this all. So me have to salute your daddy. You show me what a father is. You never left when the belly of my mother big. When you a plan, you think about my future too. Enough now of you, them talk about the good things, them would I do. But you see when the child born, him never take his bicycle ride gone. For me no see him again. Him know about school and all me teacher them. I say my respect goes out to the real father them. You see everything I did for me. One heap of thanks me give daddy. My respect goes out to the real father them. You see everything I did for me. One heap of thanks me give daddy. And every Christmas and every birthday, still I get a gift when it's the worst day. I remember seeing pictures of my first cake. They call me winner even when I'm not the first place. You teach me for count and easy for doubt. You believe in me, you really support. You tell me sky is the limit. You tell me reach for the clouds. I say my respect goes out to the real father them. You see everything I did for me. One heap of thanks me give daddy. My respect goes out to the real father them. I see everything I did for me. Well, heap of thanks me give daddy. How the daughter for born, father quit. Years that she sick, now visit. Years after she get a scholarship. The thing you never know, come at this. That's my girl, you're proud for say. The sound she stay, that was the only way. Her life never sweet, like only from no hive. Enough no know how them youths survive. I say my respect goes out to the real father them. I see everything I did for me. One heap of thanks me give daddy. My respect goes out to the real father them. I see everything I did for me. One heap of thanks me give daddy. Before me creep and know for walk, teach me a few words
This is Jafric Radio.
talk. Could I explain myself? Me just know for ball. You dey beside me throughout this all. So me have to salute your daddy. You show me what a father is. You never left when the belly of my mother big.